Hello, everyone. This is Yitzhak Simcha and my wife here, Hadassah, and we would like to welcome you to our essential oils class.
Hi, my name is Adasa, and I've been a natural, um, pursuing natural healings and all, and I come across this a very amazing, interesting product called dōTERRA.
Now you got to translate it to your language.
No, not for the introduction.
Oh, okay. All right. So now we're going to start, and my wife is from India, so I'm going to give you a little bit more information about myself. I come from New York. I was born and raised there. Moved to Florida, but I've never really had any kind of lost love for the Western medical system. I always felt that herbs and things like this were, a viable option for wellness. So then, after being introduced to my wife, I was able to get into this a little bit more because she's got a Ayurvedic background, being from India. Want to translate that, or am I going to keep going?
Mereka pernah, US pernah, New York pernah humiin Western medicine tilahin ni honto doctor prescription medicine kiti pahe amahin iti apa nahi anangay sanglaw ana baby eselawhin tua Israel hunut zo alaya ke kizan sapa puna chi dam theina tasa dam theina natural hi pahi anmud ay amazang hunu ni hi.
Okay, so I'm going to give a little testimony about the oils. I've only been using the doTERRA oils for a few months now. So one thing I can say is I like to work in the garden. People from India and my wife's people, the B'nai Menashe, like to have a garden. So we have a garden, and when I'm working in there, I get a terrible rash on my thighs, and I thought it was maybe candida or something like this. Anyway, I was using a Lamisil, a cream, and then I just started switching to the doTERRA tea tree oil, and it's amazing. I have not had a rash since I've been using this oil, and also on my feet, for fungus that you get on your toes. Also, there I've been using it as well, and both almost like a miracle. The stuff works tremendous.
Kazinu India pernah ibn Mesir hoyen moen pun zong kabol numbin etin zong pun kabol kanin ahile puna na kato ating le titha ho kan easy inting le kakeng to ho fungus zi in chuko pharmacy lo phat kana mang zi ni he chu kaman no sa kamang zi even to achla tea tree or benaluka ti kan manapan in anu min hoi pha hoi ka sa in he.
And then also I had a cold a few weeks ago. We've been traveling around sharing the doTERRA products and information. And I have swollen glands here. I put some of the On Guard oil just on. I realize you could also drink it now, but I just put some on my neck. And the next morning I woke up, my glands were not even swollen at all. And then I used it internally as well, and literally fever went away, and the cough went away, congestion went away, and it was really just an excellent product and a very good use.
Hafta masatun kazin le lehon kaba le lehon in ahile kalola ya hung tha in gat ngei ya bo hi pikitam gland te ni ahung pomin jachun ongar kitipen chipahi ane ding dan kan hepon drop khatin kanu kala en kanu in hin ahile kanu tin kanu in hile azin kalen ahum ta pon abain chikeu hilowin khu gutim bu si ka be gutim kalu chang na chong hi ma cham pon ichi thil hoi dan a phat dan hi he to che.
Okay, so now we're going to get started with the class. I'm going to post this. You'll see it. It's basically the outline of the class, and I will post it in the video in a link below the video so you can actually have a copy for yourself. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about with essential oils is that they are safe to use. Now, the oils, they are totally pure. They have no additives. They're distilled from the plants or the herbs, and they are safe to use both aromatically, smelling them, also topically on your skin, and also taking them internally.
Masa penati til product hi 100% natural hi in a safe manading a sit that meta lo hi ititu aki mandi dan tu khana hi le aromatically titu hita hi wa na tho lo le diffuser al ha ya ta hi blut tho the na a hi blut tho ding second na atri le topically titu ita sa skin a hita hi nu the teng le athum na chule internally so kama ko na ta he na ne thi he titu.
Okay, now the oils, since they are distilled, they are 50 to 70% stronger than if you were just to say, go outside, take some peppermint, or go to the store, get some peppermint, and just take the leaves. These oils, since they are distilled from the plant, they are 50 to 70% stronger than the plant itself.
Tuga te ka dinga to pudina hovel ko nai tu jinga ita ila awa ka ila ko kine the hin to ji thau hun ki so pa hi still an bol ting hen chi mun som nga pa da mun som se ki tho som nga pa tho som se ki chana hi hat zo he ti a herb sa nga ana adu ne sang ba a thau hun ki bol do pa hi mun som nga pa na som se ki chan ya strong zo hat zo hi.
Okay, now dōTERRA, since there is no worldwide guide for oils, dōTERRA created their own guidelines, and they have come up with a term called CPTG. Okay, certified pure therapeutic grade. CPTG, certified pure therapeutic grade.
So I dōTERRA company nei te dōTERRA te hin guidelines ti follow ding pa hem one an stick to CPTG ki ti tu CPTG certified pure therapeutic grade ang ti ting le therapeutic chun pham ti bol le adam sa thi ne pa grade ani chu thaudang to ke ba lo na pa chu ti chu a hoi na potent hina ha na pa chu CPTG grade hi pa chu
Now, the dōTERRA oils are also grown and sourced in about 45 different countries. So what they do is they don't go in their backyard, in their warehouse, into a hothouse and try to grow these different herbs and trees. No, they go to the specific area of the world where the tree or the herb grows the best, and they source the herbs from there and actually distill them on the location with the indigenous people who have been working these lands for centuries, even millennium. And so the indigenous people who work the land, they know how to deal with the herbs or trees and etc. the best.
dōTERRA ten athau ala nau athau machin za ala nau hi gamzale som ni sunga ala o heti chu gamzale som sunga ala nau hi thaudang company dang khan in to ma hun tam ta bola elo le farming a bola pesticide phem ala thau mo ala hi podi chu mun gamzale som li muna hi amun muna thil hi hoya ya pha am alei achi hoya pha atu te hi no ipi man cha ba khoyam ti pa hi amun le pon ala na wa amun muna hi distill ball pepe om ti de alo ka le an pu ka wa pha nang ko alo hu be lo ni nga hi amuna agam mi te ki thu pi ki ba na to na pi ba chapang hospital kain a ball pi ba hospital sa pi ba mo chu goi ki du employment a pi ki ba amuna chu la chu an chelo win ho chu distill ball pi ki du.
The indigenous people, they also harvest these plants at the peak of their ripeness or their readiness, so that the plant is taken at its highest concentration of the plant itself, the goodness of the plant, and then it's further distilled into these oils.
So amuna akitu na mun muna alo na wazi pem ti da plan sorry amun muna lo ku apart heti chu alo apart wa nga che ba atil hu mu hoi pe lai ta af alo na wa amun na pe na he distillable pe pe yu cha chu mun da ga ki pu so na apo na wa pipi bol na thil hoi mo thei chu hitalo ta amun na chu distillable dan ba amun na alo phat kun cha na lo ti ni cha so thilu hi hoi di sa he.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce you to the oils as we go. The first one we're going to introduce is the peppermint oil. I'll try. I don't know if we could see it on the screen there. It's a little dark, but peppermint oil. And it's amazing. In the morning, when you get up, I was a huge coffee drinker. And in the morning when I got up, I was drinking coffee all day. I can tell you I'm drinking about half the coffee that I've been drinking because I use the peppermint oil.
Do I atil hi peppermint ki tipahi same as gluten kai le coffee ha dona don mi ke to zinga pa coffee don mi ke na pung zan pung ni pung khat na tom kai tu ai tio kan mana pa coffee ka don pa half ka don ta point.
Okay. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to pass the oil around, but it's very simple. You just take the oil, put a dab in your hand, just one little drop. You rub your hands together and just breathe in. You breathe in about 30 seconds. Now you can breathe in close to your nose. If it's a little strong, peppermint's very strong, you can breathe a little bit further away. I like, the maximum volume. So what I do is I actually open my hands like this a little bit. So when I'm breathing in, I get the full effect because I'm, sucking air in from the other side.
Dai ti kan drop ka lau tin noi tin na he tin na auto to ha na sa ba le gam tha tan na la ke wang he le hat ka dei na ko den minute ke ka ta ba na auto ti cha.
Now I'll have it. Hadassah will pass the oil around. Everyone can try it. Now also, it's very good for headaches. If you have a headache, anywhere that your head's hurting, you can rub like on your temples, the peppermint oil. If you have a little headache, it's very invigorating. And it's just really wonderful. You can put, now, this is a warning, you could put one drop in a glass of water, even a glass of water like this, I would even say it's too small. You maybe want a glass a little bit like twice the size, but you could put one drop of the peppermint oil into the water. It's amazing. You could drink it. You could take it eternally. As you've seen, we're taking it aromatically, topically for like a headache, and also internally you can drink it. But just be warned, one drop, because every drop of this oil is about 20 cups of peppermint tea. So imagine 20 cups of peppermint tea in that one little drop. Therefore, one drop is plenty.
Ta kina pa hin ilung mo hen hun jong phuk tin e suba sa wen na lu chang na daw mu thai hen ting le thil ine min lo ho ma ho le don thai na lai mu thai na lai hen chi drop khat he kon som ni sanga tam zo to ki bang he ti chu na tui cha ki dong ja ku kon ai don til chi kon hi lo win kon alen pa de kon na drop khat bo don di ti chu.
Okay, so now before we go on to the next beautiful thing about essential oils, again, essential oils are safe. dōTERRA oils, okay, are safe to not only breathe aromatically, but also on your skin. And I don't know of any other oil that you can drink. dōTERRA oil you can drink. Safe for aromatic, for touching, topical, and also for ingesting.
Abana chi ka win ga sai kit leng how to hi save ati hi pa kan sai nom kit ati chu dōTERRA oil save in na thei nu thei ting le kama het na ne thei pa save ati hi sai ke a thau dam wang ka sai thei poi wang chi dōTERRA tia thau wang he le ne zong ne thei ting le nu zong nu thei ting le na zong na thei hi.
Okay, so that is the first cool thing about essential oils. They are safe. Now we're going to move on to the second cool thing. They are effective. Now I'm going to ask, are there any medical professionals in this room? Nurse, doctor? Yes? Okay, so what I'm going to say now, it's a little bit in simple terms. So if you've been, in your medical training, you know a little bit more than what I'm going to explain now. I'm just going to make it very basic for people that don't have the medical training like you.
abana ama sapena to a safety to save it ani na hi effective to ho pa it say dam kya poye effective aphat na pati ta na chika sei di hin chika sei ma sang hin tu in ho la awa doctor nurse umam ta do hele nurse khat in bin tun nurse hin ama a basic a bul ho tem phat dem kan sei di hin hello ho ading na ante
Okay, so everyone's body is comprised, as we all know, of cells. So if you took my fist as a cell, outside of the cell there is an oily membrane that protects the cell, that allows the cell to either let things out or bring things in, and it's this oily membrane again that protects the cell.
ita sau hi cells kitile cells titu mi na mu thelo kitaute I ho heading ta sa sungai cho a hi mim ta sai ki sim hi in titun ka khot hi cell kitaute ka khot tu mi cell til hen ka cell hi zo ta sai cell zo se hi aki tom khat me titu thau ta banga ki tom khat me titu hi thau ki tom pa hin chi cell ho hi agat a safe na protect a ball hi in ang po ding ang lu ding ti ho ako na hi ama hen chi cell ne sta cell tam ta in e wi khat na hi tai khat in ki tom cho ke hi ti cell membranes ti oily thau kai khat in a to ma a ven he ti ti tun a lu ding po ding a ven he ti ita sung ba.
Okay, so when you have the cell, outside of the cell can be affected by bacteria that can make the cell, sick, so to speak, make you sick. So you have bacteria outside of the cell, and then inside the cell, you have viruses that also can make you and the cell feel not well.
Ta ita asawa cell khat na chun chi ti ki tum pa thau kai khat in aning a tum pa hin apam langa hi ina tiung le virus bacteria ki ti ho hi germs ki ti ho hi chi cell pam langa um he ti chu ai wanga chi chu na ting le cells na ting le ta asan na ga cha hu ko pa ko chi ku hin asung langa chi cell sunga kum na po thei pa ku virus he ti chu virus akona ekit ti chu ta se he ta na apam langa pa hi germs bacteria ya cell asunga hi virus he ti chu.
Okay, so if you have an illness or you're not feeling well and it's affected by a bacteria, then you can take, tradition Western medicine. Western medicine is basically it's synthetic. I mean, they have maybe some natural stuff in it somehow, but it's mostly, we know, made in the lab, synthetic, and it's water-based, so it can only help with bacteria. And so I just want to let Hadassah translate that Western medicine really can only help with bacteria because it's synthetic and it's water-based.
Tua hitahi cell pa hitahi me thau kai khat na tum pa chu apam langa hi ho hi na ho hi ho hi bacteria ho hi apam langa hi in tu hi chi ta bang na nei ting le bacteria ko na nei ting le hin pharmacy a ko na lo ki cholo le western medicine ti tau de pharmacy prescribe lo ki cho ho ko na hin azo the he ti pam te ai wanga hi cho chu water based alo ki sep na pa ko le ma ki synthesis chao ting le chu water based in azo kham chu ele bacteria pa ma pa chan ma azo theina ve ti chu.
Okay, so the virus is inside the cell, and the beauty of the essential oils is that the essential oil, the cell, the oily membrane, will allow the essential oil to pass through and go into the cell and basically fight any type of viral matter that's inside of the cell.
Tun cell sunga hit na hit pa virus to hile virus ita cho hit hi doctor lo ho in prescribe ki bolo in azolo tham tile alo chu pida zol ham tile alo chu water based hi za water based ki chu water le tui le thau hi hal thai lo za chu he chi cell atom pa thau tom pa hi prescription doctor lo ho hin azolo tham tile lut zo lo virus pa sunga umya to hi a hoi dan chu tham tile to essential oil dōTERRA essential pure oil hin ipiti apam tire oil hi za chu oil ju kita to thei chu kita to ting la sunga virus itpina na virus zong le attack a ball zo he chu hoi na he chu.
So we know that when we get a cold or a flu, we go to the doctor, and what does the doctor say? Go home and rest. Have some tea with lemon, maybe some chicken soup. But there's really not much that Western medicine can do. And the doctor, when it comes to a virus or a cold, just tells you to basically rest and wait it out.
Tun te pinan busi tau te busi ve vale doctor chiong le antibiotics pi dio ele wale lo an pi dio e vanga ju phachom de ele le champra to tui cha donin lang ele le chicken soup donin lang ki chol na ti jeng se azolo pham te le azolo cha busi ki na za chu ajan jan ma e vanga busi ki thi atham thelo pham te busi hi atham thelo.
So now, like I said in the beginning of this presentation, I was feeling a little not well a few weeks ago, and I used the On Guard right on my neck. Now, usually in the old days, I would gargle with peroxide or with salt water, and still I would be sick. Okay, maybe not for 2 weeks, but I would still be sick 5 days, 7 days. This On Guard knocked the virus, this cold virus, out of my system. Literally by the next morning, had no fever. I didn't feel my glands swollen, and I started getting better. Had a little congestion for a few days, but nothing like the colds that I usually get, when the seasons change.
Tu ahi tu busi ham ka ibe vale ho chun ke chun lol chi a ke hau na lol tha chi a ke hau ai lo ti ho tu a virus pa ho cha tha di e ko di jo ai le tu chun ke lai ka lol te ni lai pikitia lai te ni lai glands te ni hung na a lo na lang po hi ornga ta ka nu a le bangin ni da nga chu kum sil hin busi to chi jeng pa ka he jo chi jeng sai na te pu jing pa tu hin ka nei po di jo. Tell why the oil is effective when applied. It reaches to the brain. It reaches to the skin.
Yeah, I'm getting to this. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to show you now the On Guard. Okay, again, I'm going to use it aromatically. Just you breathe it in. You could also, like I said, you could put it like on your glands here. You could put it in a drop of water like this. You can, use the water. You could just drink it, or you can gargle with it and then drink it. Not like, certainly can't do that with peroxide or salt water, but you can do that with the On Guard. You can gargle and then use it. So I'm going to let Hadassah, let everyone share this On Guard. I'll let her bring it around the room and have everyone, smell it. One thing I will say while she's doing that is a lot of people are working nowadays with masks on all day. They have this mask on. What you can do with the On Guard is you could just put a little dot like on the edge of the mask, and every few hours you can, if you're not smelling it anymore, you can put it in again, and it's very good if you have to wear a mask all day is to use this On Guard inside the mask. You want to say that?
So On Guard kit pa chi pa hi drops la ya nu a lol na to la ya glands mong pu pa zana nu la zinka amang ti pa chi pa hi iti hi tu ai aman ka recommend nom chule tu lai hi ti mu tom ki to tom jeng hin na ti hi drop ka khat nu koi nu bilang na mas a ti hin
While Hadassah's looking, I think she's looking for a mask.
Ti hi tai mas a tu lai hi chi po to le tai chi drop khat hi tai nu a ti mas tu le mi zana dinga ki mo bol ta ya ai banga ki beng lo na chi pa hin janam khat na bu ya na ho sa lo pa chi ken ki bol ji.
Now, I will, before I go on, I will say some people are more sensitive than others. Like the peppermint oil is kind of a little bit strong. I can even feel it still on my temples, which is, for me, it's not bothering me. The On Guard's not bothering me on my neck. But if you do have sensitive skin, or if the oil you feel like it's burning, you can use any type of oil, olive oil, or canola oil. You can water down the oils with any type of other oil. We personally like to use fractionated coconut oil, which dōTERRA also has available. But you can basically water down the oils with fractionated coconut oil, or, like I said, olive oil or canola.
To achi oil pa hi blend hin oil za am khat su kom hin mi bang khat dinga chip is ale fractionated coconut oil kiti dōTERRA tit anei pa ai lewal ina olive oil lewal canola oil to halazong bol the hiti chun don the hi ji chun chi on guard pa hi don ha sa ole hala na on ati hiti chun.
Okay, so without making medical claims, dōTERRA is more effective than even sometimes Western medicine, in my personal belief, because dōTERRA can help with viruses that Western medicine can at least at this point, cannot help. You going to translate that, or you want me to go on?
Go on.
Okay, so so I'll leave it with this. The second cool thing about oils is they are effective.
That's a first pena pa to hile 100% safe heat natural safe heat. A second na actually effective more effective than modern approach heat. So a third na pa.
Okay, ready? And the last cool thing about essential oils is that they are affordable. Now, some people have like a copay. When you go to the doctor, you pay a little bit. I know when I had to go, I had a problem with my shoulder. I had to go get a scan, and I had to pay. I don't remember now, but I had to pay just copay for the scan. And I know other people pay for medication. So, does anyone here do you copay for your medicine or your doctor visits? Okay, so how much?
Hey, is that 70% they pay. Now, for example, 70% they pay.
They pay 70, or they only pay 30?
They pay 70.
They pay. Wow. So now you want to explain a little bit about that of the copay?
To a first na to natural and safety. What second na to effective. That third na to cheaper, affordable. So also as the say that. A third na to cool thing about the essential oils that it's affordable to.
Okay, speak about the copay.
Copay
You either pay for a prescription
copay
or for the doctor, or both.
Doctor prescription low doctor low na or doctor doctor pasum kipilo hamsum kipiam ta chu ho hitam zo hilai din munahi low na kipicho ama bang ile ke zong khat be ka kaleng ko ke ka in doctor ka chi in heticho. So you can continue.
Okay, so some people out there, I'm sure they're going to watch this video, pay nothing. Pay nothing for the doctor, pay nothing, no copay for the medicine, pay zero, okay? But dōTERRA still has you beat. Even the people that pay zero out there, dōTERRA has you beat. Now, I'll give you one example. Say your kid or you have an ear infection, which is popular in the summer now. A lot of kids are swimming and get ear infection. Well, with 2 drops of the tea tree oil here and 2 drops of the lavender, okay, you put on the ear like this, rub it just behind the ear, around the ear, 2 drops of each, and by the next morning, pretty much no more earache.
Doctor low doctor pasu ipi yung low be exto te sum kile na antibiotics have become to that so allow to kito pero hum kito na lai cho ane tun chiba he doctor hi zero pay de na lai zero pay og senong to a bit ro tiam tin tun sapang khat to a bill infection nam na tai te tea tree oil drop ni to lavender oil ni hi lai apama sunga hi lo apama na nu tai ola na ju pi de dam.
Okay, so if you have to go, even if you pay zero, you still have to go to the doctor. So let's say that takes 4 hours. I would say it takes 3-4 hours of your time between driving there, waiting for the doctor. If you make, let's just say you make 50 shekels an hour, 4 hours, that's 200 shekel. I'm speaking, I'm in Israel, so I'm speaking in shekels. And also, you have to pay gas. If you're driving your car, you have to pay gas. Gas is $8 a gallon here. So, you're paying for a half a day loss of work, Also for the traveling, even your own time, and also the gas for your car.
Tu chun copay bang chu zero got ta te sum sikit chan na leo te poi doctor na china long cho de ai le tun na tong khat nei ta e kung kala som thum som li na lo ta e kung kal li be er ni khat be su tin la ngai na cha na pui de nga na china na hung na thau na gari ho to ta chu iza hung hiam.
So let's take the 200 shekels you missed from work and the 50 shekels maybe you paid for gas, 250 shekel. Well, 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of tea tree is going to cost you 64 cents. In shekel, about, let's say, 2 shekel.
Chu se na chu affordable hin pa start an se na chu kam ti le I ho hin hita ko ivet chu na hita ko in vet vale aman tam na vet tu chun doctor na chia lo yung free na budi ang le tun na to ne le na to na suti na la ngai kung kala na lo mangta na chi na bahara na su ho chu sekal jani le so ma ti ta te ti chu be na su mang chu o bang chi wa hi drop ni na man pa hi sekal ja am khat bo sekal ni sekal thum bu te chu cha ko na hum save chu tre na man chai ro pitra chi mutil na man the chu na lai chu I ja chu affordable hum hi na chu til cha ta ma ki man the na pa chu thau ka chu se na.
Okay, and one thing we want to show you now is in America they call this breathe, but here in the European Union, which dōTERRA Israel is part of the European Union, it's called air. I've been suffering with nasal issues since I was a little kid. I'll go into that in another video, but you could take just literally 1 drop like I took. Hadassah could take 1. Just rub it together and. Now I like to also even close one of my nostrils and breathe one at a time. And it's amazing. It does have, I believe, the breathe does have some peppermint in it and some other stuff. You can take a look on the dōTERRA website of this. This is a blend. Okay, so we don't take this one internally. Okay, this one is you could rub it on your chest. Also breathe it in, but all the dōTERRA blends you do not take internally. Okay? Except for like the On Guard you can take, but pretty much none of the others you can take internally.
Air ti America bang breathe kiti inna dōTERRA te hi European Union as our European gamla ahi air kiti ti chu. Kai hi kanewa pa na abing na hai na abing na kane ti kana na ku hom jingna ti yo ma zong nu the hi chi oil blend he ti chu oil blend hi chi bang akine poi ti chu blend hi oil bang akine poi kama akine lu lo na according apply body hai na habing bu si hu ha be ho go hu ting le phal lai ting le cha ko drop na drop kha ha di chapang na abing ho di na.
Okay, so that's the third cool thing about essential oils is they are affordable.
When you compare from the beginning to end, it's affordable.
Yes. In your language?
Cool things. Till thum essential oils dōTERRA till thum chu thum na pa chu cho zo ma hi e. So like boy.
So if we take the 3 cool things about essential oils, I know we've been taking a little time here to discuss each part. So just to wrap it up, the 3 cool things about essential oils, I say C, like S.E.A, like in being in the sea. They're safe, effective, affordable. Anyone out there know the 3? Do you know the 3? Safe, effective. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to reward the audience for sitting here. We're going to use a little tea tree oil. This is also called Melaleuca. They call it both Melaleuca and tea tree. We have also the little sample bottles that we love to give out. You can see the little sample compared to the, let me hold them like this so you can see the difference. Okay, so we're going to give out a little sample bottle of the tea tree oil. And again, this is the one I use on my feet for like athlete's foot and also rashes, like I said, when I work in the garden. So it's a great oil. Okay, now we're going to move on. I've touched on this in the first part of the presentation, but now we're going to go over the 3 ways to use the essential oils. And I know I've discussed this a little bit, kind of let the cat out of the bag, but Now we're going to go into each one a little bit more in detail. Okay, so the first way, as you can see when we're smelling the oils, is aromatically. So the first way to use essential oil, aromatically.
Amasa to tum essential oil like akiman tum experiment to he akimandan tum titum that tum kimandan min khat na pa tum tile aromatically kitin aromatically so ina apa na hit bu pa aromatically kitin si iba pa hi akiman akiza adan thau akimandan chu khat na chu na lu tho hit lu tho aromatically.
Phoebe, can you hand me the diffuser? I just want to show. I can't reach it because I have the cord here. Okay, so I want to just show everybody because I have a cord into the laptop here and I want to jump over it. So this is a dōTERRA diffuser that we use all over the place. When everywhere we are in the house, we're using this diffuser. You can put the oil inside of it. You take off the cover. You put the oil inside. You can see a little bit the oil's coming out from the diffuser. You put water in there and oil, and you can basically diffuse pretty much any of these oils, which is a wonderful thing to do. Okay, now if we grab here, I'll have you do it with me, Das. If you grab here, this part of your nose, grab.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a nerve right here in your nose. Okay, it's called, I believe, the olfactory nerve. And this nerve is like it goes directly into your brain. Does not pass go. Collect $200. Goes from right here, from right in your nose, directly into your brain.
Diffuser and saying diffuser he how ki mandidan khat na la chu aromatically na alip tha chu diffuser pa zong hi chang hi thau zo se tha diffuse in sunga a hu ya hi lu tho the hi e chu te le tun ina ku hi tai I bo lai sip ma le lai hi iti sip ma le hen chipa hi I ho pa iti se dem ke po olfactory ki ti in brain a hen hiti ball hi direct a brain touch pe heti chu hi macha aki ka alam pi macha block mlawa direct a brain olfactory aki mat pe heti chu.
And we know this, anyone who's ever gone to the dentist and taken what they call in America sweet air, when they put the mask on you and you're at the dentist and you breathe in, all of a sudden you're in like a state of euphoria. You're feeling like no pain. So we know that based upon this nerve here, this olfactory nerve, how it can really do amazing things and connect into your brain.
Tu ai dentist ai lut vale haboding bang ko anat bang ai le surgery bol de bang lehin thil ai na asa oklar form am pem ka ina asa wa tam ka zo ka ko ke tro anat no ke ro ku pi ham tile na a pa na hai tai ku pa hi ila pa da hi direct an.
Okay, so now we know the different ways to use the oil. We can use it aromatically. We can smell it. We can put it in the diffuser like I showed you. Also, we can use it in a mask, in this current environment we're dealing with, where everyone is, subject to one of these.
To achu aromatically ki ake zadan pa thau chu ama se pena mandi dan chu na apa ki saingan changta chu ake manna ama sa pen chu kita kina ero le diffuser thau ha nun ding ti pa tu heti chu to achu to operation na ga sei bele operation body ting le operation room a ko mi female ji ko atam zo ko kitang na kina ana platform na apa ko exam tile direct a brain to ka a brain in imut pa ta imut sa jin ko chu aromatically effective dan pa chu akhat na ban aman na pa na ato ki se how ke mang chu.
Okay, and one of the aromatic treats that I enjoy every day, actually I also use this internally, but is wild orange. If you can see it there, I don't know how good you guys can see the label on the video, but wild orange, it's amazing. It's like I use it in the morning like the peppermint. For you, my dear, just again, I rub it in my hands. Smell it. It's like literally like you're in an orange grove in Florida. And then also you can, and I do this with a lot of the oils. I rub it on the back of my neck after I'm done breathing. Also, you can put it on your wrists as well. So I like to do that as well. But I will tell you, I drink orange juice like every morning. I actually mix it with a little bit of pomegranate juice. Being in Israel, we get pomegranate juice. But I put in the glass, it's not as strong as the peppermint. The peppermint, remember, again, 1 drop. The wild orange, you could put 2, 3, I put like 4 drops in my orange juice, and it makes my orange juice much sweeter. It like sweetens the taste. It takes the bitter taste out of the orange juice and makes the orange juice taste sweeter, and I use it every morning in my orange juice.
Wild orange kitin, chipai zingka se akaman itai so. Sihi zingka sa akadon, biham iga na like fresh zing na. Zingka ina to ading imalam na dinga. Na to ading in motivate dong ki hitoin na tingle. Sihi orange juice la aku drop ni tha yong le orange juice pa ko atui sa zing na. Tui chom zing tingle peppermint wang le drop na si pa mang drop tung don thei he tu glass man ko sau chan ho ya na orange juice na tha le ta tu jeng chu.
Okay, so I don't usually use this one during the day, but I'm to balance out the aromatic portion of this, I'm gonna show you lavender. I usually use lavender at night, when I'm resting, when I go to sleep. If I feel like a little bit stressed out during the day, I use actually one of the formulas called Balance. But we're going to show you the lavender now.
Lavender re le ni ha lang di kon lang le kamang zi e ti ti kamang zi in suna tamkat na to ading tamak kichi a stress out ke lewang jun balance to kamang tha zi in diffuser a ai lo wala jun ni ha lang le chin lavender bo kamang zi e.
So it works excellent, like my wife is saying, in the diffuser at night, or I also use it. I put it on. I take a drop out. I smell it, but I also put it on the bottom of my feet, like in the center of your feet, the ball of your foot. You put the lavender oil there. It works excellent on children, little babies. If they're you find they're fidgety and they're overtired or it's hard to put them to sleep, you put some lavender on their feet. Maybe even like put it on your hand and let them smell it a little bit, and really a sense of calm.
Lavender hitin nong kana akoin aromatically yung use the ballin ting le keng to ahin na keng to ang kanuzin hiti to sapang imuthailo lala imuthailo ki pin khat to ha ku keng to hai ta hi imu ju ile na elo wala hitang ko na ima ko na sa te le tang ku te chu ra bo ke ko effective ya hiti to keng to ang nu dina tai drop ka tai
It's really a wonderful oil. I'm going to be a little bit more mellow. Yes, please share it. I'm going to be a little bit more mellow now, and if I start falling asleep, I apologize, but that has the effect of lavender. Really a great scent, and really just a wonderful oil. Okay, so now so the first one, okay, so we're going to round out that topic. So how do you use oils? The first way to use oils, aromatically, by breathing them in, affecting your olfactory nerve. You want to round that one out?
I can hear it.
Aromatically, affect your olfactory nerve.
How atum akiman na tuile akiman na atum 3 ways tuile kanchu aromatically not holding diffuse balding kam te chiwahi sema bangwa tu ilai tai ilai na aku to hin olfactory ki na direct bring ki na hin chi effective kangin tai bo pai ting the topically to new we have to say topically.
No, this is next. This is topic number 2.
The two here.
Okay, so now the second way to use oils, as my wife already mentioned here, is topically. What is topically on your skin? Okay, now a lot of the oils that you might want to use on your skin, you might want to use the fractionated coconut oil just to reduce them. I'll show you an example here, which we're going to get to in a minute, but we have a nice little roller bottle. You can see here the roller, really nice. So what we do is we put our oil in this bottle, and then we fill it up the rest of the way with the fractionated coconut oil. And it's really just a wonderful way to apply the oil, because then the oil is a little bit diluted, and some of the oils are very strong. The oil we're going to talk about right now is very strong. We don't recommend you put it on your skin directly. We highly recommend that you use a dilution of some type of oil, which we prefer fractionated coconut oil.
Oil lagi mandan ani na pahi topically tin topically chu ita sa chunga ibun skin a hi direct anu di pahi si pahi a hi ati chu ting le ti hi topically mandi pahi thau hi thamkat ahat de omin to a chi ichi ke ti rin ke ki bol thu hon hin bakbuka chi roll on a hi thau thamkat ka sunna carrier oil ki tin carrier oil chi chu a base di thau a base din chi chu ka sun hana ka hal hana chi man beijing za azam khai dinga ko le le thei dinga ka kise on hi thau thamkat ahat omin cho bang ko le ni le akewa man loading thau dang to hal te te ding ngin ka recommend ka bol ni.
Okay, and as I was showing you, as we were sampling the oils, I'm putting some on my wrists, also the back of my neck. You can have also your husband or your wife or your significant other put it on your spine. They can, roll it right down your spine. Also, my wife was involved in a very bad car accident a few years ago, so I put the oil on her shoulders and down her spine, and then I rub, my hands, the oils into her muscles. Makes her feel very good.
Karena kisu kha azake ikhat dam gulachang kisu kha dam mo dam ba the kum kumai ki pohin kumiza zom kanang tai physiotherapy kada che holistic kana ball acupuncture kana ball massage kana ball ai banga dam ta mlowa ka thu jing ka to po tuang to ngong ka khale click ati jo ka ngong lai ku pa he an fracture hi jo kisu kha na ai le na ka to pa na hi ahung na ki trai kilgi dam inti ka to dal ki dem the ro ai mi hoi na to wal hin them khat bol sak lo jo I thai lu ngai ki pang chai mi hoi na to al hin na I to na za hi mi no ai de ba phat se chan na jong ki changa ai le cha hi chiropractor pa pa ma hi lo ki ne lo ki changa ko ma jo just ta sa bu hoi he tu hoi ka chi chi ama ko na kan he ya chong ni to ai chi ka ne pa na hi chiropractor a chu ligu pe ka chile sang le za thung ka pi cho ai le to ai betang o chi ka kinai ta chu chi ka pa wen kan nu ka tun ngong bu lai ai lu dai lu pi thang ka ta chu ha zu na zu ngai ro pi chu pa thau win na to za chu ma absorb na ding kin wa me ngai tro pi chu chi hi tai tan kha in wa tai ki zu za le skin ai lu cha cha hin tin chi enon ki bol thu thi thau hi ne ya le
Okay, so since this is a family class, I'm only going to just put a little bit on my wife now. Okay, just roll it on with the roll on. It works really well, and I just rub it into her skin. And of course, I will continue the balance of this massage later for my beautiful and wonderful wife.
Thank you. Thì chú hệ han nuôi ngày lâu tháo nụ lệ na tay rút dạ này mấy deep blue.
Yeah, so this was the deep blue oil. It comes in a little 5 milliliter. It's some of the doTERRA oils come in a smaller, most of them are 15 milliliter. This one is 5 milliliter, and again, we use a roller bottle. You can even use, if you don't have a roller bottle, just to get started, you can put in a teaspoon, you could put in 2 or 3 drops. I would start with 2, and then, if it's not strong enough, put in 3. And in a tablespoon of oil, and I'm talking you could use coconut oil or, sunflower oil, or canola oil. In a tablespoon, you would put in, let's say 4 or 5, even 6 drops. But really no more than 3 drops in a teaspoon or 6 drops in a tablespoon if you don't have the roller.
Thì po giang khai da ki ten ki sep tuya roller nei ta hi zong le deep blue ne hon ki su kha na ma hanung gule chang joint so muscle ho da na ti ho chun coconut oil drop bu ham khat to na ti drop ni ham khat to drop ni am bol sa ti chu ha jai su han sa le drop khat be the na ti chu hala nu the he ti chu ta sa na ti amuna pa na company pa na he alena ki sem lo 5 ml about the same thing.
Okay, so that is the second way to use essential oils topically on your skin. Topically.
ama ki mandan ani na pa chu thau chu hele essential oil chu hele topically ti chu ta sa chunga nu di skin nu di pa he ki mandan.
Okay. And the last way to use essential oils, and I know I've touched on this in the conversation, is internally. Now, we only recommend doTERRA oils to be used internally because they are CPTG, like we said before, certified, pure, therapeutic grade. They are like a medical grade oil. And we do not recommend use any other oil internally, just the doTERRA oils. And only the pure oils, not the blends.
Aki mandan thau pa he aki mandidan athum na pa toile kama hedudi na ne tho di pa hi in ti chu thau kine di pa hi ji pita kine tham tire certified pure therapeutic grade he ti chu a grade chu thau a grade pa hi pure athin than 100% pure tengle therapeutic ti chu ya fan he a meaning chu healing dam thai na ding pa na su dam la pa grade anei za chu ai mo chi za chu chi pa hi ne lu the chu thau dang bang ne mang ka tingam poi ti chu hi chi dōTERRA te abang hi test a bolu third party no test a bolu a theng ti za chu company lo mi dang no test a theng ti pa certified bol na nei za su confident ta hi ne thi ta ke se thi thau dang bang ka se thi poi ne ding na chi kama he the ne ding bang internal ta ne ding bang chun chi bang hi the chu ke man na.
Okay, so basically for like a cold, very good to use the On Guard internally. I use every day the lemon internally. We actually have, and dōTERRA, I mean, makes these little veggie caps. I don't know if you could see it, but there are veggie caps, and you can actually take them apart and put in, like, we have one oil blend that we call the balm that we make ourselves, which is frankincense, On Guard, and oregano. And we put it in this little cap, 3 drops of each. And this is what I took when I wasn't feeling well with my cold. It literally knocks out your unwell feeling. So that is basically the ways you can take them internally. And I can even show you now what I'll do is one of my favorites that I use every day. And we don't recommend, of course, to use plastic. We recommend you use glass with oils because what happens is the oil will stick to the plastic. It'll stick to the, like I mix it with a knife, like a metal knife, and it actually even sticks to the knife. But here, I'll show you. The lemon is not so strong, so I can put a few drops in there. And I would even, if the glass is a little bit bigger, I'd even put a drop of peppermint in there just to show you. But this glass is not really so big, so I'll say bracha. I drink lemon oil all day, but what I do is I take real lemons and I squeeze the lemon because the oil comes from the rind. Okay, it doesn't come from the pulp of the lemon. So I either buy bottles of already 100% pure lemon oil, lemon juice, or I just squeeze the lemons if they're in season, and then I just add some lemon oil and I drink it all day long. I've been feeling amazing. It's really been a big benefit. Lemon is a wonderful addition to water.
Busi bay tim umba. Happy. Ana abing amin chine.
So Hadass is sharing. She made there's also a seasonal blend that we make, which is it's peppermint, lavender, and lemon. This is another blend that we use for seasonal threats. The balm is more for like like viral threats, and the seasonal threats are the peppermint, lemon, and lavender, and again the balm is oregano, on guard, and frankincense. Okay, so I just showed you the lemon. Actually, let's share the lemon with everyone, Hadassah, if you want to. I don't usually use the lemon aromatically because I'm usually drinking it, but let's give it an aromatic feel here. And it's like you're walking through lemon tree grove.
Chi lemon hi chi lemon hi a juice siloana pa lemon hi champra hi a ho pa tha hoi chi champra tui hilowin na a ho pa a tha hoi chi ho pa chi hi champra to man sung ne dinga chu champra tui an me dinga chi a tha a ni sum ke to
Okay, so since I gave some testimonials a little bit more in the beginning, I'm going to leave out the testimonials unless you want to say a testimonial real quick. You want to say anything now? Or you want me to just, because I want to keep the time to about an hour.
Okay.
So you want to just discuss something that...
Yeah, that testimony, my best testimony is using the deep blue oil, which you apply on me. And then I always take the digestion.
Yes, it's just something we haven't mentioned.
Digestion si ane zo sungvam le ko jam chi drop katala anu ko no pay sa pangkhat zong kichom ko oi nai tin hitai kala pe ka nu pi ta ka drop ka nu pi tin mindi tum ni zawai ke phatalo oi na lam sei talo ki na ting le chi favorite ki po jing journey chi kun ting le lam sau wan leng to dio le lam sau ba sa to ting le chi drop ni oi ai tai nu the le na adi kam ti le gari kham pa yo kuna jong ko lo chi digest journey.
Okay, so she was talking about digestion in her language. I will just say after I eat a meal, I take, because I have a little bit of a big belly, so I take the digestion, okay, and that's actually called also Zengest now, so I don't know which part of the world you're in. Some people have it digestion, other people have it, we have it Zengest. I just put 3 drops, 1, 2, 3 on my belly, I rub it. Beautiful. Also, you can add it, to a glass, not plastic, but a glass. You add a few drops, drink it, and it really helps the digestion. It really makes things work well, and acid reflux and all that type of stuff. It really helps with those issues. Okay, so that last thing, just to round out, you can use dōTERRA oils, and I mean dōTERRA internally.
Kung kaya ding chun kasi nom chile dōTERRA oil bang hele internally ne the hiti pure heat by certified body kasi ngam ito.
Okay, so the 3 ways to use the oils: aromatically, breathe them in; topically, on your skin; and internally.
Aki mandan chu khat chu hele aromatically na thoding hip thoding ting le nuding ting le kama het na le ate.
Okay. Now, if you're interested in the oils and you actually would like to try some, of course, we're happy to give samples. You can email us in the bottom of the video. You'll see email. We're happy to email you. But if you've tried them and you like them, or you just know about oils and you really want the best quality, so there are 3 ways to get involved by purchasing oils. Okay? You want to start that before I go into more detail?
Thao hi na deiwa ni khat kha awale anu ya email ki pi chun nei contact theu het.
Okay. So the first way to buy oils, just like anything else, is retail. Like you would go to a supermarket, or you would go to a hair salon, or you go maybe to a chiropractor. And at a chiropractor, they would probably sell oils, and of course the doctor is going to sell them to you retail.
Thao la na ding ki cho jan chile retail het chu dukan ai chile retail la ki cho banga chu le hola chi ong la chile retail la ki cho het chu.
Okay, and the second way to buy things is wholesale. And dōTERRA actually will let you purchase oils on a wholesale basis. You will save 25% off of the retail price buying the oils wholesale.
Ani na chile wholesale na ki cho thi het chu thili. Wholesale ki cho thi chum ti le 25% less na mu het chu.
And then the third way to buy oils, which is the way Hadassah and I buy them, is below wholesale. And this is by purchasing kits.
Atum na to hele below wholesale no ya kela the hi ti chu kai te ka bol banga hi below wholesale ti chu le kits ki cho hi ti chu.
Okay, and dōTERRA has, and I'll put it in a link below the video. You can see there's different kits. You have 4 kits here on the front, and then there's 3 kits on the back. The 4 kits I showed you: Family Essentials, and Beadlets kit, Aroma Touch kit, Daily Habits kit, Essential Aromatics kit, and the 3 you're looking at now are the Home Essentials kit, the Cleanse and Restore kit, and the Natural Solutions kit. They do have 2 other kits which are a little bit more. They have a lot more oils in them, but just most people start with one of these 7 kits to get started.
That's it.
Okay, but in your language?
It's time.
Okay. So we want to thank you all for joining us. The video went a little bit long because of the translations, but we hope you enjoyed our presentation. And like I said, our email address is below in the video. You'll see that in the comments or below the video. And please reach out to us if you have any interest, or of course speak to the person that shared this video with you. A great way to start. Thank you so much.
Thank you.